Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Joystick Lounging and I am the co-creator of Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. So in the last video, I asked you guys to give me your requests for the Morphin Grid Fighter Pass. And the rules were simple. Pick any ranger you want except for Red Rangers because that would be its own list. You also have to specify which ranger team and which team member you want specifically represented. Before I get into the fighters, if you guys can subscribe to Joystick Lounging, you will receive a free downloadable code for the Miss Appear alternate costume for Sandy Cheeks. Now, with that in mind, here is the Morphin Grid Fighter Pass. Please take a look.
Fighter 1. It's Jen's time to shine. Fighter 2.
The Wolf Ranger!
RJ claws his way into the ring.
Fighter 3.
Coda is feeling charged up.
Fighter 4.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're becoming much more trouble than you're worth.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rangers in space!
Make space for Psycho Yellow.
Fighter 5.
SPD emergency! Power Rangers, SPD
Kruger proves who is top dog.
And with that final reveal, this is the conclusion of the Morphin Grid Fighter Pass. There was a lot of Rangers to consider for this Fighter Pass, but I think I've struck a good balance between old and new representation. As per tradition, it's time to go over the content pack breakdown and see what is available in these Fighter Packs. As you can see here, there's a good mix of base and special Rangers, so let's talk about it. First up, we have Jen Scotts. Despite her not being the Red Ranger, she is considered to be the leader of the Time Force Rangers. Her tenacity, ferociousness, and combat prowess put her above many other Pink Rangers before her. On her most important mission, she had to travel back to the 21st century from the year 3000 to capture a mutant criminal named Rancic. Rancic managed to kill the Red Ranger in the year 3000, so when the Rangers had to travel to the 21st century, they met up with Wes and he introduced them to their base of operations, the Clock Tower, which is the accompanying stage. The Clock Tower is the base of operations for the Time Force Rangers, so you could see them lounging around in the background. Also, if someone is playing Jen on this map, she will disappear from the background instead. Now for the track selection, we decided to go with the safe 9 songs, including those from the series and several original remixes. Just try not to mention Alex, or you might regret it. Next on our list is Robert James, also known as RJ. Even though RJ is a Paishwa master and is teaching the current Red, Yellow, and Blue Jungle Fury Rangers, he does not take on the leadership role. He is there not only to teach them as students, but support them as a peer. While his personality is carefree, this does not absolve him from his experience and wisdom that he's gained over the years. He helps the Rangers in their fight against Daishi, speaking of which, his temple is the accompanying stage. While the layout of the stage will remain the same, the background will change in 2 different ways depending on the time of day. If you fight on the stage during the daytime, you will be on the Daishi common ground, but if you fight during nighttime, you will be in Daishi's temple, where he will be lounging on his throne in the background. If RJ is not in the current battle, you will see him fighting in the background, whether it's daytime or nighttime. Now, as for the music selection, we decided to include 11 songs, including those from the series and several original remixes. Also, as a cherry on top, we decided to include RJ's wolf form as an alternate costume. Also, make sure to keep your guard up because his footwork with his legs and knees is very deadly. Third on our list is the Neanderthal Coda. I say Neanderthal because Coda is actually a caveman who's been frozen for more than 100,000 years. To make it even more strange, he found the blue energem that encapsulated him in ice since that period of time, which allowed him to become the Blue Ranger. Since then, he's been trying to rewire himself from his old caveman days and try to get along with his new Ranger friends in the current day. When he's not on Ranger duty, he'll usually go to the Dino Bite Cafe with his friends, which is the accompanying stage. This will be a flat stage with a food fight happening in the background. This stage will be flat, meaning you'll either have to launch your opponents to the sides or upward. Now then, as for the music selection, we decided to go with 8 songs, including those from the series and several original remixes. And as a bonus, we will include the caveman loincloth outfit as a callback to his origins 100,000 years ago. Be sure not to leave your phone nearby because he might accidentally destroy it, like he did with the Pink Ranger's phone. The 4th newcomer is Psycho Yellow. Psycho Yellow is a clone based off the memories of Ashley Hammond, the Yellow Space Ranger. She is a genetically altered clone who is much more ferocious and cunning than her counterpart. Her, along with the other Psycho Rangers, have the memories, skills, and weapons of their in-space counterparts. In fact, they were so good that if it wasn't for them bickering amongst one another, the Rangers surely would have been destroyed. What better way to celebrate their tyranny of villainy than the Cimmerian planet, the accompanying stage. Here you will see the United Alliance of Evil commencing a ceremony and meeting in the background. As a little cameo, if you look closer at the meeting, you will see a disguised Red Ranger in the background. Can you find him? Now, for the track selection, we decided to include 14 songs, including those from the series and several original remixes. As a little bonus for Psycho Yellow, you will also be able to play as Ashley in her human form. If you're not careful, one misstep could easily lead you to being destroyed. And now the final newcomer, Anubis Kruger, the Shadow Ranger. Kruger is the current commander of Earth's Space Patrol Delta Forces, which canonically is an advancement of the Time Force police system. Kruger is in charge for a reason. He is brutally honest, compassionate, calculated, and can hold his own in a fight. Not only is he able to hold his own relatively easy against the other SPD Rangers, but he also managed to take down Grum single-handedly, the main bad guy of the series. What better way to get into the patriotic spirit of SPD than SPD Command, the accompanying stage. This stage will have you on the training grounds where you will see all the other Rangers in an all-out war against Grum's forces. Depending on the time of day, if you play on this stage in the daytime without the Shadow Ranger in battle, you will see Anubis Anubis Kruger fighting Grum, but if you're playing at nighttime, you will see the Shadow Ranger fight Grum. Now then, as for the track selection, we decided to include 11 songs, including those from the series and several original remixes. While Kruger's bite is certainly worse than his bark, his sword is 10 times worse than that. As is standard Fighter Pass tradition, you can get any of these packs for $5 individually or purchase the entire Fighter Pass for $25 instead. Not only that, but each Ranger pack has their own selection of unique costumes. With the exception of Psycho Yellow, you will be able to play as these Rangers without their helmets or in their human forms too. That's all the available content for this Fighter Pass, and now I want to go over some comment highlights real quick. Starting off from the Morphin Grid sneak peek video, I like Rob Todd's suggestion. He mentions a whole bunch of other characters to include here like Voltron, Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Racer, a bunch of wacky characters that would provide some needed variety. I'm definitely gonna make Fighter Pass videos that stray away from the Nickelodeon brand, but for now I kind of want to stay on brand for a couple more videos before completely stretching out. Next up is the one and only William. He has this beefy comment about having Greg from Diary of a Wimpy Kid as a playable fighter, and maybe it's just my personal bias, but I love that series to death. He has moves like beating the crap out of people with the diary, or using the cheese, or having snow falling. It's great. Even going to the alternate costumes too. Nice touch. And finally, I would just like to thank the people who are giving suggestions for different Rangers for the Fighter Pass. These include Eric Belford, Timothy Rowland, and Noobmaster69. You guys kept on mentioning Rangers from Time Force, Mega Force, Jungle Fury, Samurai, Mighty Morphin, RPM, and many more. So once again, keep them coming. I really like the comments. Now you might be wondering to yourself, what is the next Fighter Pass theme? And that is nothing. Yeah, this time you are not going to be able to choose the Fighter Pass because it is not your decision. I'm already done with this Morphin Grid Fighter Pass. There's no more to offer. I've already mentioned everything there is to go over. Actually, one more thing that I want to bring up is I have an Instagram account. I'm going to try to see if I can start posting there, but if you want, you can follow me, ask me questions, make requests, things like that. And with that, I really hope you guys do enjoy the Fighter Pass video. Next time, we'll see what happens. But until next time, guys, please have yourselves a damn good one.
Hello, Tommy.
You really thought I wasn't gonna include this guy. The man, the myth, the legend. I give you guys the Tommy Oliver Fighter Pass. As I mentioned before, you guys have no influence over this Fighter Pass. Every one of Tommy's previous Ranger forms will be in this Fighter Pass, along with a plethora of goodies. Because the content has already been predetermined and I've already shown you all the new fighters for this Fighter Pass, I'm not going to include any cinematic reveals. I will, however, allow you guys to vote for other things instead. Not only will I allow you guys to pick the stages for each Ranger form, but you will also get to choose which alternate costumes you want for each Ranger form as well. So if there's anything from, say, the comics or video games that you want in this Fighter Pass, let me know in the comments and I might consider putting it in. So please hold on to your Fighter Pass ideas for the next video, because then there I'm going to be looking through the comments, liking them, maybe responding, and then choosing specific ones for the comment highlights. So until next time, guys, please have yourselves a damn good one.